Okay. So Bethesda just wrapped up, and today's been sad for me. So they revealed a lot of stuff for Elder Scrolls Legends, the card game. They revealed an expansion for Elder Scrolls Online. There's Doom and Fallout 4 VR, which was cool to see. There was Evil Within 2, which was sort of the big reveal. Um, at least it was the biggest reveal. There was some Dishonored DLC for Bethesda, and there was also they revealed Wolfenstein 2, which got a lot more fanfare. You could tell they were trying to build this up to something like Fallout 4 level, like they got for Fallout 4 or like Doom. They were trying to build this up to that level a bit with the way they revealed Wolfenstein, and it just did not work. At least not for me. If you played Wolfenstein or Evil Within and you loved those games, then you probably came away from this press conference real happy. If you like Dishonored 2, you probably came away from this press conference real happy. I haven't played Dishonored or Evil Within or Wolfenstein, and that might make me a heretic because I've heard all three of those are really good games. But that also means I haven't played Dishonored 2, so I wouldn't be interested in the DLC for that game. I haven't pl- I'm I haven't even done the first Evil Within, so I couldn't be excited about Evil Within 2 that much. Although I'm glad it's getting a sequel. I'm glad that game became a franchise because a lot of people liked that game. So I'm happy that happened. As for Wolfenstein 2, I heard a lot of good things about the Wolfenstein that came out on PS4 a couple years back, and I've been wanting to try it. It's on my list of things to get, but I have a pretty long backlog of stuff that I need to get through. So this press conference really was for those people who've been following Bethesda games, like playing not just like me, like interested in Fallout and Elder Scrolls, but interested in the totality of Bethesda's catalog, who have been keeping up with their games over time and really enjoy these franchises. This really was for you. This was your conference. You got a lot of sequels, and you got a lot of new ways to enjoy a couple of old favorites. Uh, But if you're looking for something new, they've been talking up about a they've been talking about a lot of new IPs that they're working on, like three new IPs or something like that. I forget, but they've been talking about new IPs for a while, and I didn't see any here. I didn't see anything in this press conference that didn't already exist. But there you go. Again, if you're a fan of Wolfenstein or Evil Within or Dishonored, if you play lots of Elder Scrolls Legends, they did show some gameplay from Quake. That was another big thing they did with a lot of like a sort of like video package and stuff. Is they showed off like a little bit of Quake Champions, talking about how they were taking aim at esports with it. I think they're mostly just sort of like after that like Overwatch cash, pretty much, and they're like using Quake to get it because Quake, they're calling Quake like the original esport. There really wasn't like with Microsoft, except kind of worse than Microsoft because, again, I am interested in Evil Within, I am interested in Dishonored, I am interested in Wolfenstein, but I need to play through the first game first, those first games, to begin with, before I can be interested in the sequels. So there were new IPs shown, and IPs I was familiar enough with the plot to know what was going on shown in the Microsoft press conference. For the Bethesda press conference, there was both. There was nothing new shown, no new IPs, and the rest of it was sequels, card games, and an expansion for Elder Scrolls Online. Or I was told that the Elder Scrolls Online that I forget what it was even called. I've already forgotten what it was called. That's how sort of vanilla it was. Battleground or something. I don't know. But that's how just thrown out there it was. They just did this block of Elder Scrolls related stuff. They went from um, oh that's right. I totally forgot. They also announced the Creators Club. So do you remember? Do you remember back a ways when they tried to monetize mods in the Steam Workshop? That's essentially what they're doing with the Creation Club. Is they're going to monetize mods for Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition. That was the other big announcement. I don't. No. No. I don't know. That's my only reaction to that. Now, like, obviously these aren't going to be the only mods available. Um, Never before has there been better reason to play Skyrim and not Skyrim Special Edition, however, where you can get those mods probably for free on Nexus Mods. Yeah. This is mainly for the console crowd, is what I'm getting. The people who absolutely must go through an interface to install mods. Like, the PC crowd is probably going to be completely fine, but I don't think Bethesda is going to be trying to monetize on PC because they already tried that and it backfired on them. So I think this is mainly for people playing like Elder Scrolls or Fallout on the console. And if you do, tell me why. Is it because you think it's too expensive to like buy a PC to run it? This is as somebody who used to play Elder Scrolls games on a console, and then I played Skyrim on PC and swore never to play them on console again. That's me. Like, I played Oblivion so much on my 360, and then I played Skyrim so much, and then I played Skyrim on PC, and never again will I play an Elder Scrolls game on a console. You know, same for Morrowind. I played Morrowind on Xbox, and that game on the Xbox is a nightmare. Is a logistical nightmare, but I still did, and it was still fun, even though it was complete chaos with the UI sometimes. Still, the fact that paid mods are going to be a thing. The fact that you're trying to monetize the community. You're trying to like make the community charge other members of the community. They called it credits. So what I'm assuming is going on is there's going to be like Zen or like Ubisoft points or whatever. There's going to be like a virtual currency to obscure how much money you're actually spending on this shit, is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking you're going to see a lot of pricing, like this thing cost $5.20, but there is no option to pay just $5.20 worth of credits. You'll have to buy a pack of 10. You'll have to buy a pack of no. This thing costs 520 credits, but there's no option to just buy 520 credits. So you'll have to buy the $1,000 $10 pack, just so you can spend half of it to install the mod that you want. That's what I see happening. Is basically them forcing you to spend more money than things actually cost to get the thing that you want. And just about everybody who does this cash shop bullshit does this sort of thing. That's why it was such a big deal when Microsoft back in the day ditched Microsoft points and just stopped obfuscating how much things cost and just let you buy them directly for the value they were set at, instead of having to spend far more money than you needed to just to be able to afford something. That's the whole point of a virtual currency. Always remember that. The entire point of a virtual currency is to rip you off. That's the point of Zen. That's the point of the points in the Ubisoft store. It's to rip you off and make you spend more money than you actually need to. So my reactions to the stuff in this press conference was either indifference or I hate this. Like in this case Ubisoft Club, it might as well be. In the case of Creation Club, I hate this. In the case of everything else, it was indifference. Through like entirely my fault, possibly, because I haven't played these games and I heard that they were really good. But that's all I took away from this conference. And that's a shame. Because that's the second... The last conference had like a bunch of... I mentioned this before, but it had a bunch of DLC for Fallout. The big announcement was Dishonored 2. And Dishonored 2 got a lot of applause. I wasn't feeling it here. This is basically the second year in a row that I'm kind of just not feeling Bethesda's press conference, and that's really sad. I was expecting them to shake things up with something new, because they have been talking about working on several new IPs. And I'm hoping they didn't mean Evil Within as one of them, because Evil Within already existed as a Bethesda game. So next up is Ubisoft tomorrow at about 3 p.m. Or by the time this goes up, it'll be today at 3 p.m. And I can't wait to see what fever dream train wreck Ubisoft becomes this year. Last year, Ubisoft bored me to tears. And I mean that literally. Sitting through Ubisoft was painful last year. Not just because of the meme slinging. Oh my god, but it was so boring. It was so completely underwhelming. The only thing that appealed to me was Wildlands, and that was it. And I already have Wildlands, so I think I'm good. Like, Ubisoft had better announce something friggin' spectacular, and I don't think they're going to, because the one announcement that I've seen from Ubisoft for this year so far was Assassin's Creed during the Microsoft press conference, in which the protagonist used a hawk like a drone in Ghost Recon and in Watch Dogs. He had a hawk drone. He sent out a hawk drone to mark targets. Ugh. No, I'm good. I'm good with just Wildlands. I don't need to play this game a million times over. I don't need to play like another open world game that plays just like this, but with swords and shields and birds instead of like guns and drones. I'm good with just this one. Like if you're just gonna sell me like basically the same game in a different skin, oh, that press conference is gonna be it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I will see you tomorrow for the post-mortem, I should say, on that press conference, because Ubisoft press conferences for years have always been impressive train wrecks, and not always through the fault of the presenter. There was that one time years ago with Mr. Caffeine, but they haven't brought him on again. But the last year was pretty bad. I just give me something good. Just give me something good. Sony is... I'm clinging on to hope for Sony. Sony is my lifeline right now. So Sony for me is like Robert Picardo on Star Trek Voyager. Like, no matter like how bad the episode is, you know Robert Picardo is going to give you a really good performance and he'll be really fun to watch. That's me right now with Sony. It's like, save me from this, Sony. I was hoping Bethesda would save me from Microsoft, but now I need someone to save me from Bethesda. And I know it's not going to be Ubisoft. I know Ubisoft is going to be painful. We'll see. See you then.